Hi everyone, this is Kid VHS recording his first video about the development of the game Turbo Rocket Ultra. The name is a bit misleading because there are no turbos, rockets or anything particularly ultra about this game. My ambition with this channel is to make an ongoing vlog of my efforts to make a sort of complete game. I've been trying to make a game since I was 11 years old, which is a very long time ago, 36 years to be exact actually. And well, I'm a bit demotivated because this is the 7th time I've tried to record this video, and I could actually never get the audio and my own face. I have a nice webcam, and the audio stream and video stream was never synced up, and then I realized I'm not that good looking anyway, so you have to get by without my beautiful visage to look at. So what am I doing here? Well, I'm trying to make a game. I just want to make a complete game. It's inspired by mostly 3 different games: Helldivers, Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time, and South Park Tower Defense. They are all multiplayer games, meaning that they're basically only fun if you play them with friends. You cooperate against a common enemy, which is cool. I like that. And you run around shooting enemies. In South Park Tower Defense, you can build towers. You can do that in Helldivers as well. And in Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time, you have cooperative driving of a vehicle. All 3 of these games are very cool, I think, and it would be cool if I could do anything that's even close to that. I would be a happy man, and I would feel satisfied. The code is available on github.com/lavaeater/turbo-rocket-ultra. And I try to keep a small log there. I might break it out into a wiki about the different features, how they're implemented. And I've got a small backlog of things I need to get done to call this sort of a complete game, like the player taking damage, and multiplayer, and controller support, and twin stick shooting, and towers and vehicles and different weapons to shoot with. But as you can see, I've done quite a few things already, and I'm just going to show you guys what I've got so far. So you're this guy, and here's a minimap, and you need to check the minimap to see where you're supposed to be going. This is also gonna end up in the backlog, and as you can see, there's some enemies popping up on the screen on the minimap. There's one. Let's check that blood splatter out. I'm kind of proud of the blood splatter. The blood splatter is done. This game is done in libgdx, and I code in Kotlin. And the blood splatter is done by just exploding a bunch of box 2D bodies out from the hit point, and then I draw a blotch of blood wherever that body travels, and then I delete all of it. You can see down here on the left you have a splatter counter. That's just keeping track of the number of entities that are blood splatter to see if it takes a performance hit. I've read that Ashley, the entity component system I'm using for this game, isn't very performant, but I've had more than 28,000 blotches of blood. I mean, they're not very intense processing wise, obviously, because they're just a splotch of blood, but they're not textures or anything. They're drawn using a shape drawer. And I couldn't notice any hit. Where you get performance issues is if you just dunk in tons of box 2D bodies. Now my computer has a lot of memory, so that could play into that. Here, I hit the objective. I've got one left. It's up here. So what happens if I hit both objectives? I'm just gonna progress to the next level, and I'll show you guys what happens then. So you can run around, shoot these guys, and when you're shooting you can't move. So it's sort of the concept of running and shooting in video games is probably the most unrealistic thing there is. You couldn't hit anything if you did that in real life. So as you can see, I now have 160 enemies to worry about, and what these guys do is if I get close to them, they notice me, and everyone else around starts noticing as well. So like if a zombie meets another zombie that is following me, he will also start following me. So I want to get this, you know, it's not a fast-paced game. The zombies aren't running particularly fast or anything. I just want it to slowly be unbearably chaotic, and sort of like when you play Helldivers or any of those 3 games I mentioned, you have situations where there are just almost too many enemies, too many bullets, too many things going on at the same time, and it slowly builds up to that without you noticing, and all of a sudden it's just chaos everywhere. And I like that in games. So what's this channel gonna be about? Well, I'm going to try and do a sort of development video log of my progress with this game, and what my philosophy when it comes to game development. I mean, I'm laughing because my philosophy when it comes to game development, I've never made a game, and my ambition is basically to try and make a game that I could call, without being generous, a complete game. A game you could play with my kids or whatever, and sort of share my trials and tribulations when doing it. I made some videos over the weekend while I was developing some of the features we see here, like the shooting and stuff. And 90% of that content was me being frustrated about not understanding how vectors work, which is very basic stuff that you need to know, and it was very complicated to me. And as you can see now the chaos is increasing here. There are lots of zombies. You can see they're increased by an exponent here for every level. I'm going to change how the level is laid out, so it's more like a progression of objectives you have to pass through. That would be cooler, I think. And but those are things I think I can add after I have almost all of the features. Perhaps I could do that stuff before towers and vehicles, sort of making the levels more level-like. Anyway, so if I could convince just one person to try and make their own game using libgdx or any other resource out there, that would be super cool. And if I make just one game that is actually playable as a proper game, that would also be super cool. And that's basically it for this first video. In the coming time, I will make videos on how I have implemented certain features, like the blood splatter effect. And as you can see, when I'm shooting up or down, the blood splatter effect is basically perfect. It is exactly what I had in mind. But if I shoot from the left or the right, it's different. And this is part of the ongoing Kid VHS, aka Tommy, has no idea how vectors work. Also, it would be cool if I could see what objectives I haven't hit on the minimap, because I don't know which one of these I actually missed. So it would be super cool if you subscribe to this channel. If you don't, I mean, do it. I won't be nagging you on subscribe and turn on notifications, because that's not what I'm about. If you find this interesting, I'll be back soon, I hope, with some more videos on the ongoing efforts. Oh my god, the attack right now is basically like bees attacking a Japanese giant hornet. I can't get out. I have to shoot myself out. Oh, that was kind of cool, you know. I had to shoot myself out. So that's the ambition, actually, that after a while you'd be swarmed by zombies. I mean, look at this. Isn't this intimidating? Small bluish babies coming running at you naked in the streets. That would scare the bejesus out of me. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you did watch. If you didn't watch, I'm thanking nobody, so who cares? I'll be back. Have a great day.